Welcome. Today we're reflecting on the story of Jonah, a short book in the Bible, but one that carries some deep and convicting lessons for all of us. Most of us remember Jonah as the man who was swallowed by a great fish. It's one of the most dramatic moments in the Bible, but if we stop there, we miss the whole point of the story. You see, Jonah's journey isn't just about surviving 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish. It's about confronting what is in our own hearts, especially when it comes to obedience, mercy, and forgiveness. God gave Jonah a clear command: go to Nineveh and call the people to repentance. But Jonah fled in the opposite direction. He got on a ship heading for Tarshish, trying to escape God's call. But why? It wasn't fear. Jonah wasn't scared of failure. He actually says later in the story that he ran because he knew God was merciful. He knew that if the people of Nineveh repented, God would forgive them. And that was the very outcome Jonah didn't want. You see, Nineveh was the capital of Assyria, Israel's enemy at the time. The Ninevites were violent, cruel, and deeply hated. Jonah didn't want them to be saved. He wanted them to be judged. And here's where it starts to get uncomfortable, because that same attitude can live in us too. How often do we resist God's call in our own lives? Not because we don't understand it, but because we do. We avoid the hard conversation. We hold back the offer of forgiveness. We ignore the nudge to reach out, to pray, to reconcile. Not because we're unsure of what God might do, but because we fear He might actually bring healing, or mercy, or restoration, especially to someone we don't believe deserves it. Jonah eventually obeys. He goes to Nineveh and delivers the message. It's short and to the point. Yet 40 days and Nineveh shall be overthrown. That's it. No appeal, no compassion, just judgment. But the people responded. They repented. From the king all the way down, they turned from their evil, and they cried out to God, "Be merciful to us, forgive us." And God forgave them. Now Jonah should be rejoicing. A prophet preaches, an entire city repents, and God shows His mercy. Instead, Jonah is furious. He sits outside the city walls and he sulks. And then God asks him a question. Do you do well to be angry? That question reaches across centuries, and it speaks to us today. It's like a mirror being held up in front of our hearts. Are we angry when God shows mercy to those we struggle to love? Do we withhold forgiveness from others, even while we rely on God's forgiveness for ourselves? Jonah's anger revealed something deeply human. We often want justice for others and mercy for ourselves. We want God to deal with our enemies, not restore them. But the story of Jonah reminds us God's grace is not limited by our preferences. It's not restrained by our sense of fairness. The story ends not with Jonah's triumph, but with God's gentle, probing question, inviting all of us to examine our own hearts. So what can we take away from this? First, we don't run from God's call, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Obedience opens the door to God's work in others and also in ourselves. Second, remember that God's mercy is bigger than our bitterness. If we're honest, we've all needed forgiveness and we didn't deserve it. Can we extend that same mercy to others? And finally, trust that God's justice and mercy go hand in hand. He sees the full picture. He knows how to deal with both sin and repentance. Our role is not to control the outcome. It's to be faithful. If this message spoke to you, consider sharing it with someone who might need encouragement or a fresh look at God's forgiveness. And as always, stay rooted in prayer and remain open to forgiveness for those who have offended you. Until next time, God bless. If you like this video, please support this channel. You can help with as little as $5. Simply visit the links in the video description. And I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button as well. By doing so, you will help spread the message of this video. Thank you.